Hey everyone, it's Lucky with Unfiltered Lucky. And today I wanted to just jump on here and talk about these three men in Kansas City who were found deceased in their friend's backyard only the weekend before last after going to their friend's house to watch a football game. Now, David Harrington, Clayton McGeeney, and Ricky Johnson were three friends who went to their friend's house, Jordan Willis, to watch the Kansas City Chiefs play football the Sunday before last on January 7th. Now, a few days go by after this game has been aired, and nobody's heard from these three men. Now, a few days go by after this game on Sunday that everybody went to Jordan Willis's house to go watch. And the families of these three men, David, Clayton, and Ricky, haven't heard from them at all. Now, it's been said that these men it wasn't uncommon for them to stay at the person's house overnight after they watched a game because they had been drinking and they didn't want to get in their cars and drive. But after a couple of days, people started to wonder where these men were at. One person in particular was one of the gentleman's fiancé who was looking, for her husband-to-be. Now, they had been trying to call Jordan Willis for 2 days. No answer at all. They'd gone to the house, knocked on the door, no answer at all. The victims' cars were parked in front of Jordan Willis's house. Now, after 2 days, the fiance of one of the victims goes to Jordan Willis's house and breaks in through a window. Now, she goes through that window, and it's said that she announces herself to let, whoever's in this house, Jordan Willis in particular, know that she's there. Now, she gets no response when she goes into this house. So she goes toward the back, and she finds a body. A man is deceased on the back patio. Now, the fiance calls law enforcement right away, and law enforcement comes to the house that evening, and not only do they discover the body on the patio in the backyard, but they also discover 2 additional bodies. So there was 3 men in Jordan Willis's backyard for days. When police call out for Jordan Willis, he appears from his bedroom, allegedly, in his boxer shorts, and seems to have no idea what's going on. These people have been trying to call him for 2 days. They've knocked on his door for 2 days. I mean, this man had 3 dead bodies in his backyard, and their cars were still parked in front of his house. So, apparently, when law enforcement questions Jordan Willis just tells law enforcement that his friends probably just froze to death. Now, think about that. This is Jordan Willis's house, which is in a neighborhood. Now, this neighborhood, there's other houses around it. I mean, these 3 men were in their mid to late 30s. They were healthy. And Jordan Willis believes that they froze to death in his backyard. Now, one of the victims lived less than a mile from Jordan Willis's house. So, it seems strange that these 3 men would be in Jordan Willis's backyard and they would freeze to death. They said that the temperatures were between the mid-20s and high 30s during that time in Kansas City. Now, does that seem odd? The details around this case are extremely odd. For 3 men in their 30s to freeze to death in their friend's backyard that's in a neighborhood. You know, one of the victims lived less than a mile away after watching the Kansas City Chiefs play football a couple of Sundays ago. That's strange. And the families are furious. The families want to know what happened because Kansas City law enforcement stated that they found no sign of foul play. Now, I'm sorry, but if you find 3 people deceased in somebody's backyard, in my opinion, that's already a sign of foul play. So the families are furious and they want to know what's going on. They don't believe that law enforcement is doing enough in this case. So these are some strange details coming out of this incident in Kansas City. So I'm going to stay on top of this and I'll update you as information comes out. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you like my content. I really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.